What up? Welcome back to the weekend show, except it's on Monday. I think it actually might be Saturday. I don't have a microphone. I left it in Utah. Sorry, Colin. So it's attached to my hat now, and now I have two hands to emote. Quick explanation for what we're going to be doing today, as we're clearly in a different location, and also there's a lot of different things going on in the background. It's actually none of this. It's not at all what you think. Basically, what we're going to be doing, a little backstory. I made a video about rating spoons. I accidentally picked a whole bunch of wooden spoons, and I got a bunch of comments of people being like, oh, I don't think that you could make a better spoon. So you know what, screw you, I'm gonna be doing it anyways. That's today's video. I'm gonna make a wooden spoon, and it's gonna be better than all the ones that I reviewed before. It's gonna be the perfect spoon. Just a heads up, the whole idea of what we're gonna be doing, I'm gonna take this log, ignore this by the way, I just thought that this would be a cool background. We're gonna take this little log of a tree that I did not chop down, and we're gonna make it into a better spoon than all of the ones I reviewed. Also, if there's any woodworkers in my comments, please ignore how many times I do something stupid, like not use a bandsaw, because I have one, I just don't feel like using it. I'm just gonna use a belt sander instead. So let's get started, I guess. There's not much else to talk about. I guess we can just get started then, So what I've done so far is pretty much just what I said I would do, is I've taken it and now it's square, and now I'm gonna start shaping it. Right now I have no design plan. I hope to make it look at least somewhat cool, but if I don't, then that's fine, because it'll be a spoon and my point will be proven. But right now, I'm just kind of looking at the wood, seeing what I see. I might try to do like a little bark part of the spoon. I might try to do something like this, where the end is like a little bit rough, like it's wood. I like this bark piece right here. I think that it looks good. I think it looks good, and I might go with that, but I'm not sure how I would turn that into a spoon. I guess I'll have to see. And my whole setup right now is literally just, I got a belt sander with the new belt, because I broke the other one. Sorry, Dad. This piece of wood, I've got a Dremel kit over there. We're gonna see how this goes. You'll be along with me the whole way. I'm gonna keep this piece of bark. I think I'm gonna take out all of these, and then I'm gonna start shaping it into hopefully what it will be. So yeah, sweet. All right, what I've got now is a good bare piece of wood other than this. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to primarily have the handle made of this bark. So I'm probably gonna have to cut this down the middle, which I might do with a bandsaw, because I don't feel like sitting here doing this for an hour. I might get that out, cut this down the middle, and then this will be the bowl right here. And then I really like this piece right here. So I think I might have, let's see, I might have this be the top of the neck, and then this is the bowl just about here. Is what I'm planning on doing. Maybe a little bit further, and then kind of shave down. There's like a little nub right here. Oh yeah, it's like a knot, so I might take that out. There is like different colors of this wood, as you can kind of see in the cross section right here. I might do some of that. I don't know, I might just do a normal wooden spoon. Right now the plan is get this to be the handle with varying thickness, bowl right about here, and then cut this part off, cut the bottom part off. We'll see. That's the plan. I might go get a bandsaw, because I don't feel like dremeling this whole thing. I really didn't want to use the bandsaw, but I think I'm gonna need to. Okay, so I literally made one cut, and then I realized that I was doing one of the scariest things I've ever done with my hands. So I'm gonna go ahead and not do that, and I'm gonna go ahead and deal with sanding, because saws freak me out, okay? I don't like them. I don't like that one mistake can chop my hand off. I like my hands, and I don't have good enough saws, specific enough saws, to do what I wanna do. And this belt sander is guaranteed to not chop my hand off, so I prefer it. We go on, and we're also going to sand our way there. So I've had an epiphany. I'm going to create the silhouette from the top down first, and then from there, I'm going to thin everything up. So firstly, I'm gonna thin this part out, bowl this part out, make the silhouette, and then I'm going to chop this top half off, roll the bottom, and then get this bottom straightened out. Yeah, we'll see how that works. Hopefully well, I don't know. Okay, so what I have now is on the top side, I plan on maybe shortening this up a little bit, and then we've got a very thick spoon with no bowl. I kind of wish I had not done so much off the sides here, but that's what I've done, so I'm gonna deal with it. Now I'm gonna just start shaping it up and see where it goes from there. I'm probably gonna thin this out, make it more handle shaped, and then finalize this bowl here. So that should be fun. Let's go. So now I'm sure you can see exactly what I'm going to be doing. This is a spoon now. I'm just looking to make it better. You can see at all angles, it is pretty much a spoon. You can eat out of it. It's just got no bowl right now. The depth is still not there. And then there's no detail. This is now a spoon, and I hope it's a good looking one. Now that I've made an absolute mess out of everything, like, holy cow, that's insane. I'm going to switch to a Dremel. This will be the more interesting part. I'm gonna get like a little bit closer. Yeah, should be fun. So now we've got our Dremel here. Dremel. Now we're just gonna give it a little bit more detail. Okay, so it probably looks like not much happened. Kind of like streamlined it a little bit, especially the bowl. You probably saw I was working on the bowl the most. I still need to remove this a little bit. There's like a little lump on this side, but other than that, then I just carve out this side. I've got a carving knife over there, but I'm gonna first remove this little back part. Also, the bowl is not symmetrical, which is never gonna not annoy me. So, but yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so I seem to have hit a bit of a issue, and now I think my goal.
We have taken over the time lapse. Here are demands or crumble underneath the consciousness.
That was horrifying. But now we've got slits that I'm going to Dremel into. I don't really know what the plan was there, honestly. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Okay, so that worked, kind of, like a little bit. I don't know, like it kind of a little bit worked, but also really probably didn't. There is more of a bowl there now than there ever has been. Okay, so this is what I've got. It looks pretty horrible, I can't lie. I'm gonna go get some sandpaper and see if I can touch this up a little bit. Dremeling and or belt sanding a bowl is near impossible. So that's all the marks that are in there. It'll definitely work. And then the handle is also pretty cool. I just wish that I hadn't picked such a hard wood. I'm gonna grab a sheet of sandpaper and see what I can do about it. This is mostly what I've got. It's a little bit curved as well. I think that it doesn't look bad. It is most definitely a spoon. It is arguably a more satisfying spoon to look at than any of the other ones. At least most of the other ones. Probably my highest rated one was better than this. So I'm gonna grab a piece of sandpaper and finish this off. All right, here's my spoon. I've done the best sanding job that I myself can do. I'm not gonna go inside, hit her with a coat of lime oil or lemon oil, and we'll do a spoon rating. I'm gonna lose points for this bowl. I'll tell you that right now. But considering I've never made a spoon before, I think this is pretty good. I'll see you on that little spoon rating. All right, so now this is what we've got. It is most definitely a spoon. You have to give me that. But if you put it next to a metal spoon, there's improvements. I would widen it up. I think make the bowl a little bit deeper. I couldn't make the bowl deeper. This is the best depth you're gonna get. You probably can't tell how bad it is or good it is, but this depth is like kind of shallow compared to this depth. I think side by side, I'd take this little bit off, make that like more swooping rather than just a corner. You see how that's like swooped down? Color wise, let's see how good of lighting I can get on this. There's like red stuff almost. Now that my ear canals, my eyeballs, and my nose is full of sawdust, we are going to add the final touch. And trust me, it won't take that much work. This is a little woodworker's trick that my dad gave me. This. I don't 100% know if this works, but supposedly lemon oil keeps the moisture out. I'm gonna need a fact checker on that one. So you just I'm gonna put it in the bowl actually. Beep, 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 beep. Quite a bit for this because it's like a bigger spoon. And you just rub it all around as best as you can. And it darkens it up, makes it smell quite nice, and traps out the moisture. Ooh, that's actually really pretty now. Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. Look at that dark red now. That's pretty deep red almost. Yeah, that's a really nice color. So yeah, this is my spoon. Now, the issue here is I don't exactly know how to test the spoon. I'm in love with that actually. The lemon oil saves it every single time. Lemon oil, dude. I think I know exactly what to do with this now that it's finished. And the test for this spoon is going to be as follows. 1 second. We're gonna eat a bowl of ice cream. While I am technically on a diet, this counts as a tax write-off. So we're testing the spoon. We're not eating ice cream. I have no more milk, so I can't eat cereal. That was my other option. This is the only option. The flavor that we're testing, the flavor we're using to test the spoon is homemade vanilla. That's it. I don't know why I said it like that. All right, now we're here not to eat ice cream, but to test the spoon that I've made. Unfortunately, this is probably going to discolor it a little bit because there's no way to wash it. But hey, what's a spoon if you don't use it? Let's dig in, I guess. Okay. So that's really interesting. The lemon oil made it like lemon ice cream. It feels like I'm eating out of a wooden spoon. Like I would prefer a metal one. I would prefer to eat out of a metal spoon. But is this a bad experience? No, because it's a cool spoon and it's good ice cream as well. The bowl could be wider and deeper, and it would, because I feel like whenever it's like a little bit uncomfortable. I don't even know. Like I hope it makes sense. Like you wouldn't want to eat out of a spoon that's too thin, and it is absorbent. As you can probably guess. But the lemon is a nice touch. It's good ice cream as well. And I thought the bark would be overstimulating, but the way I hold a spoon, it's kind of like this. I just kind of like keep it like this. Very calmly in my hand. It works. Now, every time I'm biting down, I can very much tell that it is, in fact, wooden, but it does not like make me angry. This almost feels like whenever you're eating ice cream off of a popsicle and you're just, like it doesn't taste dirty. It just tastes like wood, which I don't think that's a bad thing. Anyways, I'm trying to remember my wooden spoon scale. I'm rating it off of those spoons and not the metal spoons, because that's not fair. In terms of the wooden spoons, I'm gonna give this a 7 or an 8. Aesthetically, I think it looks pleasing and it's not horrible to hold. The bowl could be a little bit better and it could also be a little bit more uniform. In fact, the whole thing could be a little bit more uniform, but it most certainly feels like a homemade spoon. This spoon looks like I just made it, and I did, but it doesn't look like that's a bad thing. That's my personal opinion. I do have a short thought for the day. This is actually in the end credits of Minecraft, this quote. I'm doing it by memory, but it says, "You will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the things that you did do." The whole point of that quote is the first part, which is live life to the fullest, do what you want to do. That was my thought. This ice cream's so good. I'm gonna finish this off camera. The spoon review is technically not over because I'm not done eating ice cream. This has been the weekend show, except it's on Monday. Today is Saturday. My name is Ethan, except I just made a wooden spoon. I hope you've enjoyed. I don't know, I didn't take a look on the other video to see who liked and subscribed, but I'll just say it again. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It shows me that I'm doing something good, and it shows YouTube that I'm doing something good. Anyways, my name is Ethan. See ya. This ice cream's so good. It's been a long time since I had sugar. I'm also happy with this spoon. And it's not absorbing nearly as much cream or ice cream as I thought it would. Like, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is, but it's doing pretty wood. Pretty wood. But yeah, this week's episode was actually filmed pretty shortly after last week's episode, simply because I'm on that grind. Summer has begun. I got super sunburned on my shoulders and a little bit on my face. And I'm up and at 'em, dude. Finals are over. It's summer. I'm running around, working out, and editing videos. So I'm gonna start doing these more often. Yeah. Sweet.